Bobby, if you're sore, can you imagine how sore Tammy is? Oh. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh. Nice to have you all here. Like I predicted last night, the kids are having school. I don't want to go to school, Papa. Too bad. Get out of my house. Oh, yeah. That's just too bad for you. Get your. Excuse me. No. Where's Kristen? She just went that way, honey. Anybody here? Anybody? She went upstairs probably, honey. Oh, there she is. I had to set my, what do you call it? My atomic radar station here. Good morning, Gene. Nice to have you here. Are you getting the snow, Gene? No. Yeah. Good morning, Tammy. Nice to have you here. Good morning, good morning. Bobby said every bone in his body was hurting. I said, it was sore. I said, could you imagine how Tammy feels? Yeah. Tomorrow, Wednesday, that's good, Gene. You need it. Ronnie Redhamathies, how are you doing? Nice to see you. It's been a while since you've been here. Looking lovely as ever. So. See, Tammy even agrees. Oh, good morning, Molly. You're looking lovely as ever. Nice to have you here. You're all looking lovely as ever. Jean and Bobby and Ronnie and Molly and Tammy. And let's see. Yankee Living especially. And Vaughn. They're all looking lovely as ever. Everybody's looking lovely as ever. Anyways. Let me find it. Guess what's going on now? You know how long, you guys, those that have been in my chat rooms for the longest time will remember me saying, never, ever, do you ever want to do a DNA test and mail it to a company? Never, ever do you ever want to do that. And somebody said, why would you never want to do that? And I said, because sooner or later, the government's going to be able to get their hands on those DNA samples. Oh, no, they won't. Well, guess what? Family Tree DNA USA is working in joint cooperation with the FBI, and they're handing over your DNA samples. That's right. So, if you commit a crime or one of your family members commits a crime, and they do and leave DNA. They can do DNA testing, okay? And if it's a family member of yours, what it'll do is it'll bring up all the likely points, and it'll show that it wasn't you specifically, but it's somebody in your family that did that. Or if you did a crime and they got your DNA, they're going to find you. Richard Palmisano, how are you doing? You're looking lovely as ever. How the hell are you? Nice to see you. Pico, how are you doing? You're looking lovely as ever this morning. Nice to see you. It's been a while since you've been here. Good to see you. How is the lovely Mrs. Palmisano? Tell her she's looking lovely as ever. Oh. Like I said, Gene, you think Bobby's sore, just think of how Tammy is. Yeah. We got probably, I don't know, like a total of 3 inches. Well, then she's Sleeping Beauty, isn't she, Richard? Oh. That's right. Suck it up, Bobby, and keep it going. Oh. Well, I'm just saying, I'm stating that for obvious reasons, because if you guys would have been at the live stream last night, for 25 minutes, Tanley was telling what a stud muffin Bobby was. You know. So I figured that's what was going on. Yeah, same in Cleveland. In Cleveland, Cleveland rocks. That's about the only thing I know from Drew Carey. Well, the other day, our satellite weather station, or atomic, it's actually atomic weather station, that's what it's called, or whatever. It sits in a windowsill. Well, my grandson knocked it off, landed on the ground. Well, put it back up, everything seemed fine. This morning I look at it, it's like 18 hours off, and it's set for June. So I had to shut it all down and put on the old spectacles so I could read it, and I had to reset it. So hopefully it says Monday, February 11th, 6:38 a.m. Now, the outside temperature isn't showing right now because I know what's wrong with that. The batteries are dead on the sensor on the outside. I got a sensor out in the doorway of the one garage. So I have to take that off, put a new battery in it. Kathy's doing really good, Richard. Richard Palmisano says hi. And hi. Gene's always ready for it, Yankee. Gene lives for it. He can't wait. He loves the snow. He said the only problem with the snow is you don't get enough of it. That's what he was saying there, Yankee. You okay?
Does it matter?
Okay.
I'll shake your head. Does it matter?
Yes.
Start it now, Sean.
You've had enough of it this year? Well, you better talk to Gene because Gene just ordered more, Yankee. He says he doesn't have quite enough to make his 3-story fort, ice fort. So you have to go from there. Gene says, good morning, Kathy. Grab a coffee and a smoke. Yeah, we got like 3 inches of snow. Yesterday morning, it was all gone. The only thing left out there is where it was shoveled up on, and because we had some good weather last week. Melted most of it, and it rained. And then yesterday it started snowing, and we got like 3 inches. And we're supposed to get 3 to 6 today. Good morning, Ozark. How you doing, John? Maybe the old watch cat is retired. You know how you get that cat to let you sleep later, don't you? First night, you just let it bother you for 3 or 4 hours, and then you feed it. That way it's fed at a different time, so it'll wait longer. So that's right, you got a condo. You gotta build that 3-story condo. Oh, I'm not Ozark. Harley just walking around like she owns the place. So, anything new with anybody? This it seems to win that game more than you do. I know. Old cats, they have their prerogative. They can do what they want after they get so old. Oh. We used to have a cat when I was a kid. The cat's name was Porky. And Porky was a special cat. He was an inside cat, but he was an outside cat too. He'd let open the door and Porky'd want to go outside. So he'd open the door and he'd go outside. And you wouldn't see Porky for 3 or 4 days. And normally when you seen Porky come back, he was carrying something, mainly dinner. Porky would he liked to go rabbit hunting. So that's right. Anyways, he'd go rabbit hunting. or squirrel hunting, and he'd bring it back to show you that he'd been out hunting. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't his first one that he probably would be gone for 3 or 4 days. He probably got 2 or 3 already, and that was dinner. He just showing you what he could do. He was a hell of a hunter, and he'd come walking in. He'd drop it off at the steps, and he'd have to take care of it. But he'd come walking back in the house, and walk up to the kitty food, and he'd eat that, and go down and lay down and take a nap. Like nothing ever. Hey, I'm back. Hi. So he'd do that all the time. My mom said, I'm worried about him. I haven't seen him. My dad said, don't worry, he'll be back. He's out hunting. So, Porky did come back a couple times. He was all busted up. But I think he got into a tangle with something that was a little bit bigger than him. But he always came back. No. I used to have a cat when I was a kid. Cat's name was Jingles. Jingles was a big cat. I could sit there and walk down the driveway. And if I would only do it when I had a coat on. But I'd walk down the driveway or walk, towards the garage or whatever, and Jingles would be outside, and I'd tap like that, and that cat come running, and he would jump up my back, and he'd put his head here and his back legs over here, and he'd lay down, and he'd stay there as long as he couldn't fall off. He'd lay there all day. I could walk around, and he'd sit right there, and he would dig his claws right into the coat, front and back, so that would keep him stabilized. There was a few times he did fall off, but not too many. I'm gonna have to shave. I'm looking like an old grizzly bear. Yeah, the older you get, it's harder to find something new, isn't it? I thought that too, Ozark, a long time ago. Take a 40 and trade it in for 220s, but that didn't work either. So. I didn't see that, but I do now, Yankee. I'll give her your condolences. Is your chat froze up? Oh, I don't know. Oh, nope, there it is. Well, that's good. For 20 to 19, because of tax. That's right. Yep, that's right. I'd pay the tax. Yeah. Then again, you sit there and look at two of them and go, duh. I'm like, wow, man. Totally. I don't know how long I'd be able to take that stuff. Huh. You was in bed while you was on YouTube with us, Bobby? That wasn't nice of you to be in bed while you were on YouTube. I suppose Tammy was there too. Huh. 5-year-old. She fell asleep before everybody last night, and she still doesn't want to get up this morning. Well, that's good. If I'm around, I will be there to watch you there, Yankee. Ah. Oh, she was probably getting her one of them internet dates, being that Bobby couldn't perform. Well, to each his own. Linda's World, good morning. How are you doing? You're looking lovely as ever. How do you like the snow so far? Isn't it wonderful? You can thank Gene Chambers because he's in the process of building the world's tallest snow castle. Needs every bit he can get. Actually, what he's doing is he's building his dream wood shop, and he's going to make it out of a model of snow and ice for right now, so he can get it in his head what he really wants it to look like and how big. Whatever age it is, that's funny. Yeah. Now, why would you call him Booby? Huh. Hi, Booby. His name's Bobby. Good morning, RG. Nice to have you here. Good to see you. Anyways, this morning I started out with, I told you so. And I did tell you so. I've told you for months. You guys all know. Oh, that's his it's his nickname. Okay. I've said this months and months ago. Don't ever send your blood in or your urine or whatever the hell that is to the DNA sampling place or a cotton swab or whatever you want to call it. Don't ever send it in because sooner or later the government will get it. Oh, no, they won't. No, they won't. Well, Family Tree DNA is giving their samples up to the FBI so they can close some cold cases. Huh. Now, excuse me, but if you or me or if anybody else, if anybody was smart and did a crime and they left DNA and they can't find the DNA, nobody has a DNA base for that, would you donate the DNA, uh, company to put it out there? Because sooner or later the FBI is going to get a hold of it. No, certainly not. But your family members will. And when your family members do, that'll give them a base for the DNA. And then it'll tell them, oh, it was a family member to Joe Schmo. Now they just got to go start looking at the family members. And they can tell how close a family member is if it's a daughter or son, or if it's a brother or sister, or maybe somebody there but not really there, cousin, somebody close. They keep chasing your snowblower around. There you go. You're going back to work today? Well, congratulations, Brenda. I'm sure Consuelo will be happy you coming back. Yankee, when you hit them snow in with that snowblower, do they bleed? Or do they just have ice in their veins? I get you. That's right. Yeah, snowblower. That's right. Have a smile on your face. Bobby sent me a photo. I think looks like it needs a lot of work there, Bobby. I would show everybody, but you've got some stuff there that I have to hide, and it's just too hard. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Brenda. Anyways, Bobby sent two photos, a picture of his pickup and then a picture of his pickup on a trailer. And Gene sent me two pics. He sent me a picture of sent me a picture of the snow castle. And then he sent me a picture of, I can't remember the guy's name, but the one that has a frizzy hair that does a painting. And it says, I call this piece Maine. Notice how I layered the snow on top of the snow. And all this a piece of canvas that's all white. I will show you something, though. I'm looking at that. I contacted the guy, see if he wants to do some trading. I think that would be a nice little trailer to put a little hot dog stand in. Plenty big enough. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. But there is a dent right there, but that could probably be popped right out. So give it a different paint job, give it a good color. Paint it red and yellow with mustard on her, whatever. Make it snazzy, but you got to do the inside. So I don't have no idea what the inside looks like, but it's a start. You wish you stayed home? No, you should have.
Got my tank top on.
Huh? Yeah. Does Nana know? Okay.
What matters?
She was just showing me she got her tank top on. You have a great day too, Rhonda. We'll see you later. Yeah. What it is actually a pop-up camper that's been had walls put on it. Looks pretty good. The guy did a good job on it. It does have a sink, a heater, and a stove in it, which I don't need the stove. So, huh? Yep, that's what it looks like. But it
No,
what it was made for is a hunting blind. Take it out to the woods so you can blind, shoot or go hunting with it. But
it's no. What? What?
I don't know.
They're not snow boots.
I didn't see the race, so I don't know.
Because it's snow.
Like Ric Flair always used to say. No, wait a minute. Bobby Heenan used to say.
Put them on. You've got it from the school.
Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. That's right. Hey, give me a cup of Java.
Yeah, it's not too much for you. Don't over it.
Okay. Would they be? I don't know how that is. What did I do? I don't know doctor yet. I wasn't there. That was King. Huh? Well, I was just wondering why the lights are tonight. Oh. Did she really go get him? Well, the door's unlocked this morning. I heard somebody walk out the door. I was in the bathroom.
Hurry up. That's saying Harley. Don't say Harley.
Sorry about that. Starting out your week with Cab 7. Cab is live. Spammy Ray, oh, how you doing, Johnny? Nice to have you here. That is kind of cute. Fluffy Rain. Be an 8-timer? Y'all can say what you want, but Richard Petty is the best NASCAR driver there ever was, or ever will be. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
You're not.
Put your shirt down, honey.
Go. I'm not dealing with you guys. I'm so sick of it. Send me your.
Huh?
Know what you do best.
You'll unfreeze the back wheel. Smack her real hard with a sledgehammer hammer. That should work. No. I don't know, Bobby. It just seems like you did an awful lot of work for something that wasn't worth very much. I might be wrong.
Well, sorry. That's how it is. Well, pull them up. Not my problem.
That's right. There's no replacing the king. The reason why there is no, you can't really compare them. But Richard was the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. He didn't have the technology the rest of these guys have. Even Dale Earnhardt had a hell of a lot more technology in racing than Richard Petty did. You think that's what it is there, Bobby? The brake shoes? Give her a tonk and see if that works. I would tell you to back down the brakes, but that probably is not going to work because if they're froze there, backing them down ain't going to work. You can spin that star all day long and it ain't going to do no good. It'll come away from there, but it ain't going to make them move.
Get your boots on. That feels good. Get up. Got something going on?
A truck like that'll bring what there? Obviously, you haven't seen the truck. But it is what it is, and if he can make it a nice truck, then more power to him. I think it's pretty funny. They're getting more for pickups now and old cars than what they were, and I'm talking about ones that aren't running, all dented up, windows missing and everything else. They're getting more for them now by thousands than what they were brand new. So I think it was a 74 Comet or Maverick. I can't remember. I think it was a Comet the other day. And it had a price tag on it, $3,500. $3,500. I think you could have bought that car brand new for like $2,700. Spammy, how you doing? Nice to have you here. Good to see you, Spammy. Looking lovely as ever. Wow. Nice. Yeah. See, she's got her new snowsuit on. Wow. That's cool. Yes, it is. That's pretty. Okay. Tell them bye.
Bye.
Nice to see you too. The Scotsman in Asia, how you doing? Justin Milo, how are you doing? Nice to see you. They showed you some channel out there, Justin? I'm already subscribed to Scotsman in Asia. Yeah, I would too. I wouldn't take the bed off and then do it. I would find a new bed and put on it, or find a good bed and put on it. Because once you take it off, make it a flat bed, it loses its value, its appeal, everything else. Delicious Red Apple, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. I know that's a new one. I've never heard that one before. Good to see you. You're looking lovely as ever. I just showed you some channel love.
Right there.
Oh. Hell's Nemesis. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. Well, a flatbed is nice, but if you're gonna do a flatbed, then get one that's a real flatbed. A lot of people make these flatbeds out of wood and everything else, and they're ugly looking. They don't function right. They can't hold the weight. If you're gonna get a flatbed, get one that's made out of steel. Get one that's made purposely for a flatbed. You're talking about functionality to carry logs with. I understand what you're talking about there, Grizz.
Why? Sit down. I'll take that money.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you too, Delicious. Nice to have you here. Good morning. The Green Wizard is in the house. How you doing, Ron? Take the radiator cap off, run a new truck underneath it. That works. That's right there.
Yeah.
You're right. Made for city folk. I used to have a 1980 Chevy, 3/4 ton. This thing had 12 leaf springs under each side and the back. Plus it had airbags. 16.5 tires. Okay. This thing rode so rough, you couldn't even sit in the seat. So I just got done pushing snow. My wife's uncle owns a tire shop, so I took it down to him and I said, hey, I need some 16.5s, but I need some big tires. Something that's going to absorb a lot of this shock, because this thing rides like a lumber wagon. I mean, it hurts your back, it rode so hard. So I ended up getting some 16.5s. I can't remember the size of them, but they were like 15 and a half inches wide. They barely fit in the wheel well. We made sure that they would fit in there, but they barely fit. Then that looked like a truck. It looked like a four-wheel drive truck tire. That's how big they were. And then I got some wider ones for the front too. They weren't quite as wide. They were probably 12 or 13 inches wide, but I had them put on the front. And man, that thing rode like a Cadillac then. And you could carry anything you wanted. So I made a homemade fifth wheel hitch for that because I needed to move my trailer. And I didn't have a fifth wheel hitch, so I made a homemade fifth wheel hitch. I dropped my 36-foot trailer on top of that. Hell, it never even sunk it. You know, never even dropped the leaves on it. I could go and get 2,500, 3,000 pounds of gravel. I would fill my pickup full of gravel and bring it home and put it in the driveway because the driveway always got muddy. But I could put gravel in that. Wouldn't have no problems with it. I work for a hauling company. So rather than, every once in a while I'd bring home a dump truck load of it and do it, but I would normally just do it with a pickup. So, well, looky here, all dressed up in, ready for the snow. Yeah. Yes, you are cute. Yes, well, you're naturally cute anyways. So. Yeah, that's pink. Yeah. Okay, tell everybody bye. Yeah, they see your nice little scarf. Yeah. All right. You have a good day. Love you. All right, Delicious, you have a great day too.
Nana, let me paint my nails.
Yeah, you got
and I got a boo-boo on my leg, I got a band-aid.
You got a band-aid on your leg and you got your nails painted. That's nice.
And I got a dot on it, so...
Greta says, hi, cutie.
I got a dot on it, so won't go off.
Oh, okay. Come here, Harley. Let everybody see what you look like. Aren't you just dressed all up? There you go. Tell them hi.
Hi.
Show them your gloves. And then she got stickers on them. Yeah. Looks like fingernails. There you go. Have a good day. Love you.
Can't take it off.
You can't take them off? I know. That's pretty cool there, Ozark.
Walking out there's a bus.
Those 5 windows are pretty cool. I seen one where somebody took a 3 window or whatever it is and made it into a 5 window. I can't remember which reality show it was, but because the 5 windows are they're worth more money or whatever. So. Christy, good morning. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. Excuse me while I powder my nose. And Tammy Sprinkle commented on my status. Oh, let's see. Anyways, like I said, I can't remember which one it was, but it's pretty cool. So, you got to step outside. Well, you step outside, Grizz. I'd like to find an old international scout. I had a 73 international pickup, 73 or 74. Single cab, 4-wheel drive. Your chat is lagging because I seen it said good morning, and so I said good morning, Christy. Oh. You might have to refresh if you're lagging that bad. Oh. Anyhow, I like to get an international scout or an old Jeep Cherokee, something like that. Strip all the electronics out of it. Nobody likes electronics. I don't want electronic ignition. I don't want none of that. Give me a voltage regulator. I take a voltage regulator and a alternator, points and condenser over all of that stuff. So, that's right. I would teach him French to get a merit badge. Oh, no, it said he had to stop outside. He had to step outside. The Swami has spoken. So. Good morning, Kevin. Nice to have you here. Today is the day. Today is the day. I'm going to make hamburger soup. Usually when I make hamburger soup, I put elbow macaroni and stuff in it. I will not be putting any macaroni in it, any noodles. For the reason because I'm going to can what's left of it. So I don't want to put noodles in it because they don't hold up too well to canning. Now, when you buy beefaroni or something like that, those kind of noodles are especially made to go into a canner. So. But it'll have vegetables on it. Delete those old messages you sent me. Huh. Well, Bobby. All right. All of them? Are you kidding? Later date, because you got too many here. You've been a busy boy sending me all that stuff. I don't know where you get all the stuff at, Bobby, but you know, some of the stuff is downright disturbing. Sounds like somebody stuck outside. I have no idea. Oh, I have to. I can't do this. It's just way too long. You got too many messages, Bobby. Oh, I'll have to do it later. David Schweiger, how you doing? Nice to have you here. Good to see you. He is. He's covering his tracks. Erase those messages. This isn't Snapchat. Nice to see you, David. The root beer's going good. It's perking away. You sent it to my email. Okay. Hi, Stella. Okay. This right here is from Just Me. This is near Tahoe. Look at the snow they got there. Hmm. Uh, let's see. Okay. No subject from Bobby Sprinkle. I just got him. Okay, here's his pickup. I think he should have traded for one of these, but that's just me. Good morning, Doug. Good morning there, Big Steve. Just seen you here a few weeks ago in New York. Oh, I bet. Vavassar Outdoors. Vavassar, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. Good to see you. Been a while. Okay. It has been a while. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on. I was in the Gmail. Um, oh. Well, congratulations on the overtime. So, all Dodges have transmission trouble. 90% of them Dodge Rams all had transmission trouble. So, and if it ain't transmission trouble, you're in trouble. So. Okay, there, John. You have yourself a great day. Tell the missus I said hi. Give her a good breakfast. Pat her on the hiney on the way out the door. So there you go. Have fun with your son. Huh. I don't know. I like a Dodge pickup. We had one. It was pretty good. Never had hardly any problems with it. Until we went on vacation and coming home, it started making a lot of noise in the rear end. But before we went on vacation, I had the oil changed. And then they told me, hey, the rear end oil looks like it needs to be changed. And I said, really? Yeah. So how can you tell? Well, it's really dirty. Well, I know better than that because um, this was an oil change I did, but two oil changes before that, I had the rear end serviced. Okay. And we didn't drive this thing anywhere, 1,200, 1,500 miles a year. So I know the rear end didn't need no work. So I told them no, don't change it out. Well, I already know what they did. They drained the oil out of the damn rear end and never put it back in. Well, I got down there, everything was fine. Come back, everything was fine. Got about 80 miles away from home, she started making a lot of noise. But I could never prove they drained the oil. You're right. I've had good and bad of all of them. So never buy a car that's made on a Monday or a Friday. Buy it made on Tuesday when it's made on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Never buy a car that's been made right before any holidays, Christmas, 4th of July. So, and never buy one made right after a holiday. And especially, don't buy one right before shutdown. That's made right before shutdown. You can find the dates of these cars that are made. Good mellow Monday morning. That's right, Junkyard. It's a mellow Monday. So, speaking of mellow, I have to mellow on out of here for a minute. I'll be right back. The little boy's room's calling me and I gotta get a cup of coffee. But you all feel free to talk about me because I know you will. Sorry about that. No, you're not talking to yourself. Just nobody's listening there, Steve. I do. I do. You ask me a question, I'll give you an answer. They don't make much anyways. That's funny, Chris. There you go, Kevin. By the way, tomorrow I get out of here at 8:30, so you guys remember that. And I think Wednesday is a 3-hour breakfast with Kevin, if I can remember, or is that Thursday is a 3-hour breakfast with Kevin? So. You have to be married, don't. There you go. Oh. Might do a motorcycle review soon. That's pretty cool. Evidently, you're living in warmer weather. Unless you're doing a motorcycle review in a garage. Oh. Well, why would he buy something if he's scared of it? Take it out there, David, and write it like you stole it. Pouring down? Well, you can need, wasn't it you, Junkyard, last summer was complaining because it hadn't rained? It's only 500 pounds. Yeah. It's bad. Where are you at, David? I can't remember everybody's place where they live, so sorry. But we're in Michigan. 38 miles northwest of Toledo, Ohio, and about 38 miles southwest of Ipsatucky. You're in New York, okay. Yes, I did. I thought it was. I even shared it. I even showed El Gringo some channel love. Ha ha ha! No, we're not going to. That is a cool name, though. Even though you're a troll, probably. So, let's see. Yeah, you are. So. He got BD. That's funny. Yeah. Well, greetings from China, but I'm not saying your name. Yeah, I watched a bunch of his videos. last night. I shared a few of them, so they're pretty good. I like the one about the Planned Parenthood. That was pretty. I'm here because I wasn't aborted. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. It's the habanero pepper sauce you got to catch up on. That's right. Yeah, he did that. Yeah, I did. I thought they were pretty cool. I thought myself, how does Junkyard find all this stuff? Evidently, you got more time on your hands than I do. I like the wall. That was pretty cool. We don't need illegal immigration. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. What about new vehicles? Hot sauce isn't that hard to make. I made it with Carolina Reapers. Man, oh man. It was a biohazard in this house for a couple of days. It was like breathing pepper spray. It was bad. And then we toned it down by putting some ghost peppers in it because it was just too damn hot. Morning, Crispy Living. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. I've made salsa before. Salsa's pretty easy. Yeah. Yeah, well, it was nuclear waste. Yeah. They are. They're the highest you can get. Doing good in the rain. Where you live at, Crispy? That pint whiskey bottle in there? Yeah. Makes you wonder about the door. Then no, it makes you wonder about the whole truck. I just said I don't want the truck. I want a new one. If they were drinking on the job, I don't. I want a new one. I'll bet that is. Caroline, you're Fort Bend. All right. I knew a guy that had a 74 with a 454 in it. Four-wheel drive. And he was smart because this thing ate gas like it was nobody's business. So he had AAA towing on it. So when he'd run out of gas, he would have them, he'd call AAA, have his truck towed to the nearest service station. They'd tow it to the service station, pull it out. He'd push it up to the pumps and put gas in it. Smart. That's right. Well, welcome back, Yankee. Oh. Now that guy that had the pickup, he was working. He was working for a garbage company at the age of 15 years old, and he was working after school. He went to school, and then he had uh, job tech or whatever. So I can't remember what it was called, but he went to school, and then at noon he would go to work, and he would make back then $600-700 a week back in the early 80s. Good money, especially for. Oh. Your brother-in-law told you about that song? Okay. Marie Kaplinger, good morning. You're looking lovely as ever. Yeah, this kid would work 8, 9, 10 hours a day after school. And, back then, you were only supposed to work so many hours, but they didn't care. So he'd work, go home, go to bed, get cleaned up, go to bed, go to school in the morning, go back to work. He worked 6 days a week. So, yeah, it is good money. But back then, it was especially good money for a kid. Hell, he was making just as much as his dad was. His dad worked there as a mechanic. So his dad worked 8 hours a day. This kid was working 9, 10, 11 hours a day at night. Then they fired him from the company. And when they fired him, they made a deal with him. They gave him a couple of garbage trucks and 600 stops and said, here, go ahead and take your own business and make your own business. So he did. He had that for about 5 or 6 years. And you know what he did then? He sold it back to him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's funny. Probably the same guy that was drinking on the job dropped that too. You think your father was wrong about this truck? What about it? I must have missed something there somewhere, Bobby. Well, thank you, Marie. Bye, Kevin. See you later. I'm waiting for Bobby to reply on what his father was wrong about the truck. Don't kick the dogs. That's right. Maybe that radiator cap was for the new truck. You were supposed to actually put the new radiator cap on. Maybe that one was a lemon to begin with. Oh. All right there, Marie. Evidently, Bobby's not going to tell us what his dad was wrong about. So. Your dad had a power wagon back in the day? Hey, I like a power wagon. Probably. He probably so drunk but I grabbed another one. That's right. Yeah. And they decided you better go put that fifth in that pint back in the door panel. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, and power wagons are pretty cool, man. I drove one when I was in service. Pretty cool. They can go through anything. They are tough, yeah. We had to, I was taking a general out there to bivouac. And it was pretty cool. We were going out through these, trails, and you got these great big mud puddles. And I come up to this one, and I start to nose down in it, and it's pretty deep. I stop. And he looks at me. He says, "What's going on?" I said, "I don't know how deep this is, sir." He says, "I don't care how deep it is. If we get stuck, we'll call somebody." Okay. We went in, and it was coming up right at the mirrors. Had the door shut, the window shut, and and this thing's starting to gurgle like it's ready to die. And we finally get out of there, But it was close. Yeah. Yeah, you can go a lot of places with them Dodge Power Wagons, but that's what I'd actually like to find is an old Dodge Power Wagon, 4-wheel drive. I used to have a Dodge King Cab, 4-wheel drive, 71, I believe, 70 or 71. Had the 383 in it. They are hard to find. Yeah, what? And they'll run, man. As long as you keep the gas going to her and get her moving, she'll still run. Yeah, should check on Craigslist. But I bought that old Dodge Crew Cab, or it was a 4-door with a 4-speed on the floor, 4-speed, 4-wheel drive. It had the granny gear, then first, second, and third. This thing was, I don't know, it was all beat up and beat to hell. I bought it for $300, and I bought another pickup from another guy that was a 74 Ford cab and a half, 3/4 ton, with a brand new engine in it. They went to turn the engine over and it didn't have no oil pressure, so they shut her down, took the oil pan off, and or they pulled the distributor and forgot to put the shaft in there to drive the oil pump. So they pulled the oil pan and never got to it. So I bought it, and I brought it home, and I was going to work on it, I never got to it. And some guy come up and he offered me way more than what I paid for both of them, and I sold them. So. That's pretty cool there, Junkyard. A 151A2. One of a kind, yep. It's a masterpiece. Yeah. You gonna go drink a beer, then sign it? There you go. You're right. You're probably right there, Bobby. What year is that again? 74? 283 was a good motor. Hopefully, with any luck at all, it's a 327. Now, if it's a 327, you'd have something there. So, yeah. Yeah, 327 or a 283. Or a 350. Okay. Those are the three of the best motors ever made. They got that 307 and 305. And those weren't worth a jump. They weren't worth a bent. So. Well, if it come out of the car, you're going to be able to tell, because I thought generally when back in them days, 60s and 70s and 80s, the oil pans were different from a car in a pickup. The engine's on a Chevy. That's right. Local pickup only. That's right. So, and normally, if you took a car engine, you'd have to trade the oil pump or pan out, because it wouldn't work for, or yeah, it's either that or the pick. One or the other would not work. It would not work if you, maybe if you took it out of the pickup and put it in the car, it wouldn't work. But the car one would work in a pickup. And because I think the pickup had a deeper pan. That's right. Ship it. There you go. I never liked a 305 or a 307. I just never did. The 283, the 327, and the 350. They could be anything, man. You know, read the serial numbers and punch it up online. It'll tell you what it is. Oh, I bet. Good thing we don't have inspections around here. Now they had a 396 Chevy big block in it with 427 heads. Had the 12-to-1 high dome Hemis in it. A dual roller racing cam and chain. Crusher and a 411 rear end. And it had Elderbrock high-rise aluminum with I think a 1350 double pumper Holly. Or I can't remember 1350 or 1170. I can't remember the numbers on that. It's been a while. You're probably right. Huh. Probably should have. They probably are there, David. Thus, okay. Well, that's easy enough to fix. And now the lightest car besides a Chevette and a Vega that I ever owned was a 77 Nova. That thing just weighed in a little over 2,000 pounds. It had a 350 in it with a 4-speed. And this thing was just like a V8 in a roller skate, man. This thing would absolutely just light you on fire. Yeah, half drag car. Huh, there you go. Yeah. I had a 77. My brother had a 74. Now, Kevin, his Nova had a 350 Oldsmobile rocket engine in it. It was fast. What was funny about his, though, his motor mounts weren't mounted to the frame of the car. They were mounted to the engine, okay? And then the engine was set in there, and they set it in there straight, got it set wherever it was supposed to go. Then they took chains and they welded chains to the frame, to the engine, to the mount, to hold it in place. It had log chains on both sides of the frame hooked to it. And I'm not talking, this was like half-inch chain, so it wasn't going to bust. And they had it on both sides, so they had 4 pieces of chain on this thing holding it down. And then they had, in the front, they had chain mounted to the front of the engine and welded to the frame down there too. So I guess that's one way to mount it if you don't have the correct brackets or motor mounts. That's pretty cool. Yep. Huh. Oh. It was actually pretty cool on that Nova his, because when he'd rev up the engine, the whole car would go. Mm, mm. 383 strokers. Oh, okay, Grizz, you gonna go sign some? Do your signing now? Huh. Well, do you know the name of the video? Oh, I bet it did, Junkyard. I bet it wiped out a bunch of stuff. Even if it was just idling at 600 RPMs, that's a lot of moving. Oh. Pretty sure it probably took out the radiator, the water pump, the fan, a power steering pump if they had one on it. Alternator. Thunder Mountain Speedway, New York, number 18B. Let's see if I can find it. I found a bunch of Thunder Mountains, but I didn't find anything. I'm looking at the things to see if I can just see one that says 18B on it. Did you win any races? You always take last. Well, I didn't want that question. Do you win any races? Okay, 4-cylinder. Is that the one that's 18B? Is a 4-cylinder? Because I've seen the 4-cylinder races. Well, congratulations there, Grizz. Might be in Andy Warhol. That's right. That's right. Coming in last place is doing better than most of us because I never even been in one. Okay, I'll have to check that out because I did see a blue Dodge, but I didn't see the 18B on it. But my dad, he used to race go-karts, and him and his dad had a metal lathe and a bunch of machining tools, and they took two 18 horsepower Briggs and Strattons, and they took the heads, redid the heads, and put 2 spark plugs on it. And they put another coil configuration in it to where this thing would shoot a spark through both spark plugs at the same time. Now, they would start this thing up, and it was nothing more than a dragster on 4 little go-kart tires. This thing was absolutely fast. He won so many trophies with it, it's pathetic. And when he got married, him and my mom got married, my mom made him quit drag racing because that thing was absolutely, it was terrifying. It was so fast. No. I gotta get another cup of coffee. I'll bet they are. Huh, I bet they are. Now, the guy I was telling you about that worked for the garbage company when he was a kid, he had his son was racing go-karts. They had a 5-horse Briggs on it, alcohol. And he took it to a guy down in Waseon, Ohio, that tweaked crankshafts and camshafts for them little engines. And he could turn it like 5 degrees. And you'd be surprised with twisting that crank and cam 5 degrees will do. So anyways, no, it was a cam, excuse me. Twisting the cam 5 degrees. Made that 5-horse into like a 17 or 18 horse. Then you had the alcohol burning on top of that. And the worst of it is, every time you win a race, when you win a race for in go-karts, up here, I don't know how it is anywhere else, but when you win a race, they take your go-kart and they take your engine apart to make sure you ain't cheating. And then when they're all said and done, you get to put your engine back together. He said that was probably the worst part about racing, is because if you were racing and you won, and you had another race, in a couple of days or whatever, you had to put back you had to put the engine back together. And sometimes it wasn't worth the headache. Yep. Yep. It is bad. Because you have to put it back together. They don't put it back together. Here's a box full of parts. Congratulations. So you're holding a box full of parts and your trophy. Yeah, I do. Who's it called? I tried that root beer wine last night. If it's any indication what it tasted like last night, about 25 days from now, it's going to be some excellent stuff. It burns hotter though. It burns hotter. And what did he tell me the reason? I can't remember why he told me they burned alcohol, but it burns hotter for some reason, and it's more efficient. So I don't know. I just know they use alcohol for it. So I never did get into the drag racing part or anything like that. So They used to sell Blue Thunder racing fuel here, and every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you would see these guys come wheeling up with these race cars, and they would buy this Blue Thunder race fuel. And back then, this is back in the late 80s, it was like $2.50 a gallon back then. So, yeah, put 25, 30 gallons in. They'd put it in their truck, or, in their gas cans, and they'd fill a car up. So. Yeah, give you a buzz going on the track. You're right. Oh. You're right. Yeah. That's why they get them top fuel alcohols, There's a reason why they run alcohol, because it's something. It is expensive to race. I don't think you can get drunk on it, Steve, but you can get dead on it. Not really alcohol, it's methanol. Well, all right, but they still claim it as alcohol when they go on, the racing, alcohol fueled. Yeah, because it's a clear liquid and it's got a, burns flameless almost. You don't even see the flame. You feel it though if you touch it. Now, a friend of mine, he's just that go-kart. He had like $5,000 into that go-kart, and on the average race, it was like $200 a race just to race. That was the cost. By the time you paid your entry fee and your fuel and your maintenance on it, like $200. It's if you can see it burning, you're not getting the top grade, because it's actually like a clear flame. You can see the heat waves coming off it, but you don't see the flame itself. Yeah, that's messed up there, Big Steve. Good morning, Jerry. How are you doing today? Nice to have you here. Bobby's in here someplace, but I think he's sending out secret Chinese code to Russia or something. Well, that's pretty cool, actually. Blue flames coming out of her. Morse code. It's actually dot dash dot. I think that's the code for SOS. Or is it dash dot dot or dash dot dash, something like that? I can't remember. Yeah. Yeah, you can't see the flames. Evidently, you said something that Google doesn't like there, Big Steve, so I ain't going to show it. Yeah, so from now on, if let me get my flag right. There it is. Yeah. Dot 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 dash 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 dash. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't remember which way it was, but no. From now, I have got like 25 of my last live streams. Um, they're under review. So if anytime somebody says something from now on, if Google won't allow it, I'm not going to show it. So last night's was blocked, or it was under review. So old timey SOS. That's right. Oh. Yeah, for the women, the guys really like, can I read your braille? So, now, if you're tapping out SOS, it's light tap, light tap, light tap, hard tap, hard tap, hard tap, light tap, light tap, light tap. That's the difference. Good morning, JD. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. Good to see you. I don't know what you said to Google there, but you must have done something. Snowy hairballs. That's right there, Tim. We got about 3 inches, I think, outside. So if we were using Grizz's ruler, we'd have 12 inches. So we only got 3 though. So now, Bobby, do you got it close enough to the house to where you can do live streams and work on it at the same time without worrying about your live stream cutting off? That would be the hack of the century, yeah. Well, that's good. Your Chevy truck's gone there, Tim? He must have stole it. Well, Julian Assange isn't in jail. He's in Russia, remember? Or he's in that embassy or whatever. I can't remember if he's in Russia or if he's in an embassy. But just like that, one guy, Edward Snowden, and against the Obama administration for them spying on American citizens, and they didn't because he exposed them. Now something's not right there. Yeah. So he's a wanted man for treason because he exposed them citizens when they weren't supposed to. Oh, how does that work? And, if he ever gets back here in the United States, they will arrest him and convict him of it. And I don't think it's right because he just exposed what they were afraid of being exposed for, and then they got exposed about it. So if they were exposed for doing wrong, how is it wrong to report it? Or is that something that's not supposed to be reported? There you go. You got a 6.5 liter turbo diesel. There you go. I think an LSU bumper sticker would look great on the back of that pickup. Or a Clemson sticker. That would even be better yet. Excuse me. Better send him the transmission too there, junk. Because if you take I don't think they'll mount up, but if you can mount up a regular transmission to a diesel engine, you're going to have the slowest moving vehicle you ever seen. Because a diesel runs 2,000, 2,500 RPMs tops, somewhere around there, 2,400 RPMs. Depends on, well, I don't know how the new ones do now, but I'm talking about the older ones. And if you hook it up to a regular transmission, you only run 20, 30 mile an hour. It's got a 5-speed behind it. Okay. That's why it's a different transmission for a diesel than it is for a gas engine. That's right. You became a national hero, Jerry. You sure did. Now, if you take a diesel transmission and mount it on the back of a gas engine, you might have something there. Well, thank you, Moose Knuckles. Butterfly kisses back to you. You're looking lovely as ever, Moose. How are you doing today? And by the way, Moose, while I'm thinking of it, I didn't know this before, but me and you were born on the same day. Gooses to moose and giggles. There you go. Antlers in the Tree by Who Goose the Moose. We might be, yeah, we might be twins, but I think you're like 30 years younger than me, or 20 years younger than me. So, what year was you born in, Moose? Grizz gives the best thigh massages. There you go. I was born at night. Did you get all them birds up in the air there, Moose? That's right. Grizz love you long time. Especially if he's going to use his ruler. I'm sorry to hear that, Moose. I really am. My condolences. Dirty Dog Diggers, good morning. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. Yeah, I think this is a video of David racing. There it is. First time you ever won? Okay. Redneck Race Chasers. There you go, Tim. So, what year were you born in, Moose? I just seen Dave take the checkered flag. Oh, I bet dirt tracks are fun to race on. We have one down here called Oak Shade, down in Wauseon, Ohio. Or Oak Shade, Michigan. Oak Shade, Ohio, actually. Rick just sent me a message on Facebook saying that YouTube video that I played a few seconds of music from, that might have been what got me copyrighted, or not copyrighted, but flagged or whatever. What video is this there, David? Oh, mini races. I just watched that night. Little rollover accident there. Now, where I used to live when I was a kid, down the street, they had a thing called pay. And what it is, it's a 8-mile track with about, I think, 4 S curves in it. This thing is not very big, but it's got a lot of S curves on it. It's not a race track for speed, but it is for speed and maneuverability. Bring me a spare, that's right. But anyways, not only did you have to make it through the course fast, but you had to make it through there without, disqualifying yourself too. Excuse me for a second.